ESPN, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. This is the game that I watch if I can only watch one game in the SEC on Saturday. LSU, Arkansas, and the Tigers now with a loss to Alabama. Somebody explain this to me, College Football Playoff Committee, that LSU was ranked 13th in the playoff rankings, and they dropped to 24, and they played Alabama to the only 0-0 game in FBS football this year that went into the fourth quarter. I know that the offense looked atrocious, but it looked atrocious because of the Alabama defense is the best in the nation. And that defense against a very capable Alabama offense held them to nothing until about 12 minutes left in the game. And then, of course, they wore out because the offense was going 3 and out constantly. LSU is not the 24th best team in the country. Anyway, they're taking on number 25, Arkansas, Mike. And this has been a really good game since the Hogs have been decent under Brett Bielema.
Yeah, this has this kind of rivalry is kind of getting better. The LSU-Arkansas rivalry. I think you're right. LSU's got a good defense, and Arkansas has kind of been up or down this year. They had the really good game against Florida last week, where they just kind of out physical. They kind of push Florida around a little bit. And if you look at it, Florida's defense is good. I don't know it's as good as we thought it was. I don't know if it's as good as it was made out to be. Plus, they're injured. Arkansas really handled that defense really well. I'm interested to see. This is a game where the team strengths don't really match up well against each other. Arkansas's offense is kind of sluggish this year against LSU's considerably better defense, but LSU's offense, obviously against Alabama, against better defenses, has not been able to do much. And Arkansas had that game last week. This is the game of the week that I really have the least confidence in picking. I think LSU probably comes out on top here. I think they have more talent across the board than Arkansas. I think the LSU offense will be able to get into a little bit more rhythm. I think Fournette will be able to get something going against the Arkansas defense. Look, I mean, Alabama's defense is really good, but the reason they're so good is because they're good across the board. I think LSU will be able to find, the coaching staff there will be able to find a couple of things in the Arkansas defense they'll be able to exploit. I like LSU in this game, but not by much, and I'm not very confident in that pick. Arkansas very easily could come out and win in Baton Rouge. And here's the interesting thing. I think this is the first Mark, what time does this game kick off? This is a daytime kickoff, right? 7 p.m. Eastern?
Yes.
Okay. All right, never mind then.
Mike, I know where you were going with that.
Yes, the Florida game.
Yeah, the Florida game.
The Florida game. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So anyways, I like LSU in this game, but not by much, and Arkansas very easily could come out and win this game.
Mike, I should just copy and paste what you just said, because that's about how I think the game will go as well. I think Arkansas feasted on a very bad Florida offense last week on defense. So, of course, we remember 2 weeks ago where Auburn ran for almost 600 yards. I think LSU is going to try and come out and do the same. Florida didn't even hardly try to run the ball enough against Arkansas, in my opinion. LSU won't have that problem. They may not get it going and fast, but LSU will keep it in going. But when you have those backs, that's exactly what you do when you're LSU and Leonard Fournette. That offensive line's much better than what Arkansas saw last week. So I'm interested to see how Arkansas. I think they're going to have trouble stopping the run game here. So I'm going to see how they respond with that. Can this game actually be somewhat of a shootout is maybe kind of what I'm looking at. I know both defenses are above average. LSU is actually really good on defense, but I could see where Austin Allen gets enough enough of a time to make some plays. I love the way Austin Allen plays. I mentioned that last week with the Florida preview here. So I think he'll have some chances to make a player. So Danny Enos really caught a really good game against Florida's defense last week, catching them being so aggressive. And LSU's defense kind of does the same way with bringing pressure. So I'm eager to see the play calling from both sides. I think LSU sticks with the run. If I'm Arkansas, I'll let Austin Allen maybe try and wing it a little bit more. And go with that route. So I think it could be a good run game versus a good pass game, and what might set up for somewhat of a shootout.